What is up, bot fans? Jellyman here, and I am super excited for the new season of BattleBots. After a long wait, it is finally back. Just saw the trailer, looks really good. I also saw the previous videos where they announced like which robot is in each group, and so I'm here to share my thoughts on it. So first off, I like that they're doing a round robin style format because I know this is a thing that many fans have been asking for a long time. Just to make the seeding a bit more fair, where like every robot fights everyone else, and they're splitting up into 6 different groups, which I think is really cool. The downside of this is that there's only going to be a handful of teams. There's not going to be like 60 teams like previous seasons, where you had a bunch of bots from like 10 different countries. But I'm mostly okay with this because I feel like they picked really good competitors. We have a lot of top tier and high tier veterans, as well as a decent number of newcomers that look pretty interesting. I really don't like the implication of an AI robot entering the field. Like, I feel like that's cheating. Like, how are you going to have a robot that decides the best way to defeat your opponent and have that not be cheating? Like, that just feels like textbook violation of the rules, because you're removing autonomy from the driver and the builder who designed the bot and has to fight it on their own. Having AI do the work for you it just feels wrong. I don't know exactly what the AI is going to do. They didn't really specify in the trailer, but just AI in general entering BattleBots, I really don't like. I mean, AI itself has already plundered so many aspects of life and just become more of a liability than an asset. It's just been a mess. And now having AI in sports, particularly BattleBots, I just really am not a fan of. I know Chomp used a lot of technology in the earlier seasons, but that was mostly for like aiming their weapon. Like, Chomp had multiple cameras on their bot and multiple different gyroscopic and visual technologies to help them line up their shot or self-right or square up with the opponent. But that wasn't really AI. That wasn't the robot doing the work for them. That just gave them a better visual for aiming the shot, because we all know Chomp couldn't stay on its wheels and stand up straight for more than 5 seconds. But that's different than that's more so an assistance thing. That's different than an AI doing that work for you. Like Chomp you still needed a good driver and actual skill to still control the robot and actually win fights. That's different than AI computing all of that for you without any human intervention. I'm still just not a fan of it. It also looks like, based on the trailer, that the upper deck is still here, which, why? This is the one part I don't understand, is why the upper deck is still here. Why have I don't know if it's the producers or if it's Trey Roski, I don't know. Why have they been pushing for the upper deck so much when it's basically just a glorified stage hazard? It's like playing Smash Bros. Competitively with stage hazards. It just disrupts the fight so much, and entirely just screws up the meta badly, because you have some bots that are even stronger from the upper deck being there, and other bots that are already struggling have an even harder time. I already made a video on this about the upper deck, so just go watch that if you want to hear my thoughts. But I just don't like it. It really just disrupts the fight. It turns like the arena from competitive Final Destination into like something else. Also, Tombstone with wheel guards is cursed.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening!
Yeah, this is the one thing that really threw me for a loop. I never expected us to live in a universe where Tombstone, of all bots, would need wheel guards. Like, this was something that was hinted at as a potential weakness, like way back in season 1, but it really never was a weakness because the weapon is so massive that the wheels were protected anyway. But I guess the rest of the field has just power crept Tombstone so hard that now it needs wheel guards because everyone else has just gotten so much stronger. That is a terrifying thought if you're Tombstone. But also pretty cool, because a lot of these robots are dishing out way harder hits than they were in earlier seasons. I mean, even just the trailer. Like, look at those hits from Hypershock and Bloodsport. Like, that's just insane. I'm definitely looking forward to that. My opinion on the season being released straight to YouTube is mixed. Part of me wishes it was a full-on, like, actual TV release, but being on YouTube does make the episodes more accessible and lets everyone see them at the same time. So there is an upside to that. But those are my thoughts about the new season coming up. I am very excited, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. What do you think about the new season? I am Jellyman, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.